Welcome, SENS Talk.
Russell winds in, feeds it back across, Chartier scores! Brady Tkachuk makes it 2-0. Claude Giroux, hit along, scores!
Tim Stützle cross, Tkachuk score! The captain, Brady Tkachuk, buries it with 1:18 to go.
See you later. Go, SENS, go. Welcome to SENS Talk. My name is Brandon Plant, and I am your host tonight. Ottawa took on the Calgary Flames in their last game before the Sweden road trip. Now, speaking of Sweden, the Swedish native Erik Brannstrom, the franchise, returns to the lineup tonight after missing the last 5 games. Now, this, of course, is a welcomed addition to the blue line, but I expected Erik Brannstrom to be out for far longer, to be quite honest with you, after getting injured a few weeks ago in Long Island. So needless to say, it's a very welcomed addition, like I just mentioned, to the blue line, and it's great to have the franchise back. Because Brannstrom is back, Tyler Kleven would sit today, meaning Jacob Bernard-Docker would be starting. He was on the second pairing. So a little bit of interesting decision there by DJ Smith to bench Tyler Kleven. But, you know, with the Sweden trip coming up, it makes sense they didn't want to send him down. They'll likely want to bring him over to Sweden. It's obviously a great experience for him just to, you know, go over to Sweden with the team and experience a cool trip like that with the team. But more so, if an injury, God forbid, happens, he'll be there and ready to slot in if needed. Now, as well, a couple other lineup changes. Vladimir Tarasenko was set to start this game on the first line with Norris and Tkachuk, but within 5-10 minutes, that got scrapped and Batherson was back on that first line. So DJ Smith was really shuffling the lines today. And speaking of Batherson, we'll talk about him later in the game recap, but he had a hell of a game, let's just say that. But it was really interesting to see how DJ was rolling and changing the lines. Now, the starting netminders for tonight's game was Dustin Wolf for the Calgary Flames, one of the most underrated prospects, in my opinion, in terms of, look, he was drafted in the 7th round purely because of his height. This guy, at every level he's played in, has been dominant. I've really liked this kid for a while, and the fact he had to start against us for his first start of the year, was not too thrilled about it, to be honest with you. He won his first game as well in the National Hockey League. So, tough test here for Ottawa against one of the more up-and-coming goaltenders, I guess you can call it, in the National Hockey League. And for Ottawa, they roll with Jonas Korpisalo once again. Now, before I get into the Flames and everything, I just wanted to mention it was, of course, Remembrance Day today. Sportsnet did a fantastic tribute to the brave men and women, the heroes, frankly, of our country that have served and, of course, have lost their lives as well. I just wanted to pay a quick second to pay tribute to those who have fought for our rights, our freedoms, and our protection and safety. It's so important to pay respect to people that put their lives on the line to give you and I the comfortable life that we live. So on Remembrance Day, I hope you took a moment today to just remember that and reflect about that, because without those heroes, we're not here talking hockey right now. Now moving on, the Flames did play yesterday. They're coming off a back-to-back. It was a shootout loss yesterday to Toronto. So theoretically, you would think that the Calgary Flames will be a little sluggish, a little slower today, considering they're coming off a back-to-back. They're also 4-7-2, so this is a game Ottawa really should take advantage of. They've had a couple days off since their last game on Thursday. They have a few days off before the next game, of course, next Thursday, or this Thursday, pardon me, in Sweden against Detroit. So this is a game Ottawa has to win against a much lesser opponent with a lot of rest. So let's get to the first period of play on that note. And look, right away, a few minutes in, Korpisalo again is flopping everywhere, just doing whatever he can to keep the puck out, and he does. The Flames are all over the Ottawa Senators early on, and Jonas Korpisalo is there to save the day, literally and figuratively, to keep Ottawa in it. And then 8 minutes left in the first period of play, 12 minutes in, a quick passing play by the Sens in the Flame zone, sees Jake Sanderson get the puck near the blue line. He pivots to the middle of the blue line, draws Flames players to the middle of the ice to screen Dustin Wolf. Jake Sanderson lets the shot rip. Matty Joe out front tips it home. 1-0 Sens as Matty Joe tips home for his 4th of the year and 12th point in total. 1-0 Ottawa after 20 minutes of play. Look, I'll be honest, that first period of play, Ottawa, they did not start off great. And at the beginning, it had me questioning, who was the team coming off the back-to-back? Was it Calgary or was it Ottawa? Because first 5-10 minutes, it easily could have been Ottawa if you didn't know who played yesterday. They were just not good at all, but it was a good pushback to get that goal, especially in the latter half of the first period of play. And going into the second period up by a goal is huge, especially after Korpisalo kept us in it, and thankfully we took advantage. We had a couple power plays as well, didn't score on those, but once again, we got the goal, we have the lead, that's all you can ask for. Now let's go to the second period of play where, look, the Flames, they're not great this year. Like I already mentioned, they're 4-7-2 on the year, not exactly contenders by any stretch. But they're still a decent team, and when they're down after 20, they've still won. They're 2-3-1. So Ottawa has to come out in the second period of play with a hell of an effort, and they do. 3 minutes in, Jacob Chychrun has a shot go off Brady Tkachuk's shoulder, and guess what? The Bath! Drake Batherson out front, bats it home. It's baseball season. It's Bath season, and the Sens lead by 2. It's 2-0 Ottawa as Drake Batherson has his first power play goal of the year. He had 14 last year. It's crazy this is his first, but it is. Fourth total, 2-0 Ottawa, 3 minutes in. Ottawa continues to dominate. There were stretches in that second period of play. The Flames, for the first 12 minutes, I don't even believe had a shot. Ottawa really was putting on a hell of an effort defensively and offensively in that second period of play, which I'll mention in the post-game thoughts. But unfortunately, this is hockey we're talking about. It doesn't matter how many shots you have on net. It matters how many pucks have gone into the net. And unfortunately here, with about 4 minutes left, Travis Hamonic has some hesitation after a face-off. He hesitates to pinch. He kind of freezes, which leads to a 2-1 for the Flames. Pospisil feeds Blake Coleman to make it a 2-1 game. Korpisalo can't really do anything there if you're him. Brandstrom as well tries to cut off the pass. But at the end of the day, Hamonic has to have better awareness and more importantly has to be more aggressive. Whether it's pinching or dropping back to cut off a 2-1, you have to make a decision. You can't just stand there and let the Flames take advantage. So for a veteran like Hamonic, you have to expect better than that. Absolutely. Now Ottawa, after that, in the last few minutes, had a 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 11 seconds. Except for a Jacob Chychrun shot that was glove stopped by Wolf, who looked very good today, contrary to the game score. He did look very good. Ottawa just squandered that opportunity, and we go to the third period. Ottawa's only up by a goal. Once again, a 5-on-3 to end the second period would have been really, really nice to get a goal there. They don't. So we go to the third period of play where, look, when Ottawa leads after 40 minutes of play, they're 5-0-0. So they are a complete 1,000% winning percentage when they're leading after 40 minutes of play. So things look good from that perspective. And then 3 minutes in, similar to the second period of play, Ottawa comes out and they come out ready to go. 3 minutes in, Drake Batherson from behind the net, a great forecheck, forces a turnover off the Flames defenseman. He feeds Kubalik from behind the net. Kubalik fakes a shot and feeds Rourke Chartier. Bang! 3-1 Ottawa for his first National Hockey League goal since October 28th, 2018 as a member of the Sharks. Congratulations to Rourke Chartier, who's been a bit of a surprise this year. Not many people expected him to, crack the opening night roster, let alone be a consistent player in the opening 13 or so games of the year. And here we go. He gets rewarded with the goal. A nice pass there from Kubalik, but love that celly from Chartier. You can tell that one really means a lot to him, and you got to feel happy for the guy as Ottawa goes up by 2. Again, it's 3-1, and then 2 minutes later, Travis Hamonic makes up for that mistake in the second period of play as he trails through the middle. No one covers him. Stützle notices this, finds him alone. Hamonic hammers a shot off the one-time shot. 4-1 Ottawa as Travis Hamonic makes things right. As the Sens lead by 3, it's a 4-1 game. And after that, it was all Ottawa. We'll talk about this in the post-game thoughts, but Ottawa literally dominated that third period play. The Flames literally got like 2 shots. As guess what? That's 2 points as your Senators win 4-1 over the Calgary Flames. A massive win in their last 3 games. We spoke about this before Ottawa took on the Toronto Maple Leafs on Wednesday. If they won 2 out of 3, I would be happy. I mentioned that on Thursday when we lost to Vancouver. If we win on Saturday, everything will be okay. Well, guess what? The Sens won. Everything will be okay. We're 6-7-0 now on the year, which, look, we're not above 500, but the Sweden trip's coming up. This is a big game to build momentum off of, and once again, they took care of business, and you can't ask for anything more than that at this current point in time. Once again, the past is the past. We have to look at the future, and right now, this is a big win to build off of. So if they can continue to build off this and get some more wins and more points, and hopefully dominate in Sweden, this could be a turnaround type of moment here for Ottawa, where 2 out of 3 massive wins against some tough opponents. Once again, look, Toronto, they're struggling, still a tough team. Vancouver, that game we should have won, frankly, but, at the end of the day, we didn't. And then, of course, today, Dustin Wolf was fantastic. He's a very, very good prospect, and Ottawa had to face him, and They put on 4 goals, but at the end of the day, Calgary's still a team that has been looking much better as of late. They've won 2 of their last 3 as well. They've gotten points in their last 3 games as well. So that's a tough team on a bit of a roll. So very encouraging for Ottawa to see them. Yeah, they started off a little rough, no doubt about it. But once again, they took care of business in the second and third period. Because look, as I already mentioned, this third period of play, Ottawa only allowed 2 shots. Only 2 shots to the Calgary Flames, especially after starting off shaky in the first period. To see how they dominated the second and third period. Once again, 2 shots in the third period. The Flames virtually had no pushback after Ottawa took 2 goals there in the third period. And as well, overall in those 40 minutes of play, Ottawa outshot Calgary 26-13. That's double. For every shot Calgary put on, we put on 2. So very good offensive pushback by Ottawa, but also defensively, they throttled the Calgary Flames. Now, Drake Batherson, as I already mentioned, was a difference maker tonight. 2 points, a goal and assist, game-winning goal as well there. That power play goal to make it 2-1, or 2-0, pardon me. Drake Batherson, we've been very hard on him, and deservingly so. He's been looking, and this is being very polite, lackluster defensively and offensively invisible. But the last 2 games, he's gone into goal now. He's starting to look a little bit more like himself. He got a few chances tonight as well that could have went in. He hit the post last game as well before that goal. So this is a guy that's looking to start getting a little hotter, starting to pick up the offensive production. And it's a welcome thing for the Ottawa Senators, who are not lacking goals, but more goals never hurts, especially from players like Batherson, who you expect to score. So I'm hoping this is just the beginning for Drake Batherson. Back-to-back games with a goal. He was the difference maker tonight. He just looks a little better, and I think that comes with confidence. But most impressive to me was the forecheck tonight. That led to that assist to Chartier's goal. He looked far more tenacious on the puck in the offensive zone. Defensively, I still have a little issue with his play, but offensively, he was tenacious. He was aggressive. And it paid off with 2 points, including the game-winning goal. So very impressed with Batherson tonight. I hope he keeps it up. Now, last thing I'll mention before we wrap up today's video is Joonas Korpisalo, my friend. Never doubted you. Never doubted you. And anyone that doubted Joonas Korpisalo in the first 2-3 games of the year, I'm sure you'll happily eat crow at this point, because this guy has been dominant for the Ottawa Senators the last few games, solely giving the Sens a chance to win each of these last few games. He's up 24-25 today. After, the first 10 minutes of the first period of play, where Calgary put on literally 10 to 11 shots, just roughly half of the shots had in this game total. He was the difference maker, kept Ottawa in it, kept it tied, and gave us a chance to win it. And of course we did. So Korpisalo wasn't, forced to win this game outright, but he gave us the chance to win it, thanks to his performance early on in that game. And overall, later on in the game as well, he made some big stops, don't get me wrong. So very impressed from Joonas Korpisalo, who looked to maybe be injured. He got bumped by Nazem Kadri late in the third period of play, but shook it off, seems to be okay. So a great performance from Joonas Korpisalo, another big win. He's now 4-4-0 on the year. So shout out to Corpy, who really stood tall today. Now the next Sens game is on Thursday, this Thursday, against the Detroit Red Wings in Sweden at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. You already know we'll have a post-game recap for that one. In the meantime, you won't see me until probably Tuesday or Wednesday. It's my birthday on Monday, so I'm going to take tomorrow and Monday off. But Tuesday or Wednesday, you should probably see some sort of Sweden preview. Cough, cough, maybe with the Everyday Sens guys. But we'll see what happens with that. I'm very, very much looking forward to that with those guys, their beauties. And besides that, of course, you guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below as always. I'm sure you guys are feeling very good after this win, but I look forward to seeing your responses down below as always. Now, besides that, thank you all for watching. As I already mentioned, I will see you probably Tuesday or Wednesday, definitely Thursday. And besides that, I'll see you all soon. What a win. Remember, lots of hockey left. Lots of hockey left. Let's not panic. Let's have faith in the boys. And maybe this is the game. This is the win. This is the type of dominant win that the Senators desperately needed to get that confidence back. Let's see what happens. I'll see you all soon. Go Sens, go!